What's going on, everyone? Talen here, and welcome to another character showcase. So we're going to be taking a look at Sin here today. I've been wanting to try her out ever since I got this uniform for her, so quite a while now. It's had a couple months this uniform released. So yeah, I wanted to kind of try her out. So I have a bare bones build on her. I tried to basically just max out all the stats that I could right now. I'm gonna maybe invest a little bit more in her, get that crit damage maxed out, but for now this is what she's looking like. And then of course we can still put some physical damage urus on her. Her skills we have all leveled up. Ice weight set we have almost fully awakened. I kind of ran out of the what are these called, the chaotic isos, so I can rank that one up a little later. But we're at stage 11 with the setup like this, so we only go up one more stage, so it's not really that big of a deal. Our artifact, all we have is just an artifact on here for the cruelty because I don't have her own artifact. And I did put a CTP of rage on her because I was hoping that she's going to be good, but I did a little preliminary test just to kind of get used to her skill rotation, and she didn't really seem that impressive, so I'm a little disappointed on that. But we're gonna try her out a little bit more today because all I did is just a couple world boss legend runs, and then we'll try out with some other content today to see how she performs. Her uniform is sitting at mythic. Yeah, so we already showed off her stats here, so let's just go ahead and hop into the content and see how she performs. Okay, so here we are at null. We're going to try him out here, or try her out here first, because I always like to try out my characters against null just to see how quickly they can get him to the second phase or off of his throne. And we're going to use this team here. She does have her own leadership, so we can always take advantage of that to have two supports, but I didn't mean to deselect her. But Shuri here has their own leadership for speed types that is a little bit better. So speed types get 35%, and she's only 24, so I figured might as well do that. So we get leadership and double support for Sin here, which she's probably going to need. And we do need dodge, ignore. Oh, they're restricted because this is female only here for stage 25 of null. And Sin here is going to be getting most of her damage from her tier 3 skill because the tier 3 is what gives her accumulation. So that's her only way to get accumulation, and we all know accumulation gives you a big boost in damage, so we're definitely going to be doing that. So we want to kind of just build up to that, and it looks like her skill rotation is 3-5-4, or you can do 5-3-4, whichever one you prefer. Seems to be about the same. And she is pretty damage proc friendly, I would say, so you could definitely use like a CTP of energy on her if you felt like doing that. Okay, so now we can use, oh, we got stunned there. So now we can use her, we could use her tier 3 here, get that accumulation going. So we pop that first, let everybody go down, and then we just cancel into the other skills. So you can just cancel the tier 3, which is nice. And now since we have that accumulation going, I was going to throw in the 2 and 1 just to get that little bit of extra chip damage in, but of course he had us kind of run back there because of the snare. Did not want to get snared. All right, let's pop the tier 3 again. Okay, so not too bad actually. Once she gets that accumulation up, which is it up for another turn here? Or another rotation? Not quite. So we don't need to waste our tier 3 here because we only need to do one more bar of damage. Oh gosh, knocked me backwards. One more bar of damage. There we go. So what was that? A minute and like 18 seconds or something like that. Minute and 17 seconds, which is actually not bad. That means she should have enough damage to actually clear this stage here. So she should. Oh, we didn't need to use our. Did we? So we got to get him down to. Oh yeah, that didn't do nearly enough damage actually. Because we need to get him down to 22 bars, so even a rotation right there would not have sufficed. So definitely need to dodge these. Okay, yeah, without that accumulation, her damage just doesn't seem great. Stop stun locking me. And Blade Twistered. Fantastic. He has no health. Thank you. Holy cow. That happens so often, it seems like. Like, I get him down to like 22.5 bars when I'm testing characters, and I just get stun locked and hit and all these things, and it takes almost the same amount of time to do that half a bar's worth of damage than it took me to get him from 26 down to that 22. just very irritating. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I think she should be fine. Now we're gonna have to switch. Tried to sneak in a little bit of extra damage there because, oh no, he finishes that before my time is up for switching. Why did he just land over there? Oh, we need to push him to the next phase. You didn't push him to the next phase, but at least you survived. Alright, so now I have to wait for the dragon here. But yeah, as you can see, she could definitely get this done. So that's looking good for Noel. So I'm happy with that. I'm curious to see what she's going to do against... Should I do against Phoenix or should I do against King? I don't really play much against King. Probably, as you could see there from my Conqueror level, I hardly ever fight King. He's actually a little irritating to fight, and he does have... what's it called? He is actually pretty tough. So like stage 9 of Kang here is probably harder than stage 25 of Null. Yeah, definitely harder. So let's go ahead and build that team and I'll be right back. Okay, so we got the same team here, so let's go ahead and do that. Oh, do I have any dodge ignore strikers? I don't have any really. I've just got these two right here. I guess that'll have to do. Because she is only level 70, so definitely dodge ignore is going to be beneficial for her. So definitely want to try and get some of that. I think Shuri is giving us dodge ignore, if I remember correctly, with this uniform. I think it's like 30%, or is it maybe like 20%? Anyway, so we kind of want to see what her survivability is like. So let's see how well she can survive here. But yeah, as you can see, damage is a lot lower than when we were fighting Null, because with Null we were moving health bars quite effectively, but here his health bars are just not moving. Oh nice, we dodged that. All right, so now we could finally get the accumulation in. That really hurt. I timed that a little wrong, so she almost gets one-shotted by that. We need our heal to come back up, please. Thank you. Oh, he's too far away. I can't use this. You son of a gun. All right, so she's one of those characters where you cannot cancel the skill anytime you want. I really don't like that style. I hate getting locked in place when using your skill. I want to, if I tap another skill, I want the character to cancel out of the current skill I'm in and then start either like running towards the target if they're out of range for the skill, or it just cancels the skill that you're in. But getting locked into that animation, I don't know, for some reason to me it's just very frustrating. And it just kind of, I don't know, just kind of annoys me when it happens in this and just makes me not like the character. But we can, again, mistiming the fit skill, because if we heal right when he does that land, then at least we can mitigate like half of that damage. And then again, so alright, we need to, nope. That skill animation lasted way too long. So I'm already not liking that fact. So against bosses that teleport or move around a lot like Kang here, she is not going to be a good option because you just cannot cancel the skills, or you're going to have to be very patient with when you actually do your skill rotation with her, which does not suit her at all because her damage is so low. So you're going to need to be kind of doing DPS as much as possible, so you don't really want to have to wait for those opportunities. And is he just dodging everything? Why are we doing such a little amount of damage? So now let's just wait for him to jump. There we go. So now we can pop this, get into our iframe, or actually just get the invincibility. Okay, so the damage is definitely a lot better when we have our accumulation. Is that gonna... It hit me. Okay. It didn't do very much damage though. That time it was like a third of the damage that he was doing before. So let's do this. But yeah, you can see our damage is definitely very low. But yeah, right here, like if she was doing that much damage for all of her rotations, her skill animations are a little long. It's very hard to kind of like do emergency cancels with her. Like if you accidentally press a skill rotation when the boss goes into like a big attack, you kind of have no way to cancel out of that and then try to get away from them. You pretty much just have to, ooh, that one shot me that time, interesting. So you just have to switch characters. So overall, she's not looking great in the survivability department against these kind of bosses. So against like Kang here and Phoenix, he's probably not going to be very good because Phoenix also does a lot of teleporting around. So that can be kind of troublesome for her. With Ultron, he doesn't do as many like one-shot mechanics. So even though he does dash around and teleport a lot, I think even if you get caught off guard with him, it's not going to be enough to really one-shot you like Kang or Jean would do here. So something to keep in mind. So she definitely seems more of a Null, Mephisto, Gore are going to be kind of her easier targets. So now let's go ahead and hop into Giant Boss Raid to get an idea of like her raw damage, because then that'll give me a little bit clearer picture of what she looks like compared to other characters. So let's just go ahead and build the team here and hop in. All right, so I'm going to hop in with the same team that we've been doing here and see what kind of damage she does for the first phase here, and see if she can do anything in the second phase, because this is her with a rage on, so not really much more we could do to improve her damage outside of giving her a few more Urus. So let's see what we can do here. Yeah, so the fourth skill is luckily quick enough here to be able to dodge his breath. So the skill the animation time for the fourth skill is actually not terrible for Dormammu, it seems like. Alright, so now we get to pop this tier 3 and see what kind of damage we're going to do. Okay, there we go. Now that's looking a bit better. And again, I'm going to like to do the 2 and the 1 whenever I have that accumulation up, just to try to squeak in a little bit more damage. Okay, so we do have some accumulation for the second rotation here, so that's nice. And then we have our tier 3 back up, so we might be able to just infinitely string those together as long as we don't get like interrupted like this, because we should have the accumulation right here. So if I did another rotation, it seems like that would give her tier 3 again. So if you can be like fully aggressive and not have to really dodge a ton of attacks, it seems like you could keep that accumulation up for most of the time. Perhaps, unless I was mistaken and oh shit, the third skill didn't go off there. Unless she actually didn't have accumulation up during that skill. I feel like she did though. Yeah, let's see how much. Oh, maybe she doesn't. Yeah, maybe she doesn't have the accumulation up. Okay. Okay, so this should be enough to finish him, I hope. Yeah, okay, there we go. So that was almost 2 minutes, 1 minute 45 seconds. So I don't know about this. Hopefully she can do some damage here, but I'm not feeling like she will. Do that second skill, just get a little extra. Almost a bar. Okay. She does almost a bar's worth of damage. Let's see about the tier 3. Okay, so that's good. That was almost 3 bars. And then if we do this, let's see, is it more than a bar this time? No, okay, so she doesn't... that might have been a little bit more. Maybe she does have some residual accumulation. Not liking that the tier 3 is off by just like 0.5% there. Or like 2% needed. Okay. I mean, she's not terrible, but I mean, this is with a rage though, so you have to actually invest a rage in her for her to be able to actually do Dormammu. Because I was last video with Rachel, I was giving her crap about only doing 1 bar's worth of damage here because I was hoping that she would do more. Well, Sin is doing 1 bar of damage here with the rage on, whereas Rachel only had a 140 damage proc, like a regular obelisk on, and she was doing that. But I think that was kind of like her peak damage because she didn't have any accumulation. So with Sin here, we can pop that tier 3 and then we get some, you know, extra nice juicy damage, but we couldn't do that with Rachel. She didn't have a way to like spike her damage. So that's something that gives Sin a little bit more probably value in terms of her damage, because at least once we get that tier 3 off, we are doing some decent damage. So overall, Another character, it just seems very mid to me. Because I do have a rage on her. If she's doing this damage with a regular obelisk, maybe just like a regular 200% damage proc, I'd be a lot more impressed, but not when I have to put a full CTP on her just to do this. But it looks like she'll be able to clear this, so I guess that is some credit to her. So she will be able to beat Dormammu, so I guess that's something. So if you just want to have fun with Sin and you like the uniform, because I mean, I like her look like this, I wanted to make Sin playable. It looks like I could have some fun with her. It'll take probably the entire time, and yeah, it'd be a very slow clear, so that's something that I have to keep in mind. But overall, again, just another average character, so don't expect her to be putting in work and like pushing you to like, you know, some of your higher stages or anything like that. Maybe if there's like the specific requirements, like a speed female villain or just like a speed villain or something like that, maybe she'll be towards the top of the pack there and actually have some value. But for just regular pushing in World Boss Legend or just kind of having fun with Dormammu here, I feel like she's not great for that, unless again you're patient and you like having like a slower clear for Dormammu here, or you don't mind doing a lower stage in World Boss Legend just to kind of get your daily clear done and just play with a character that maybe you don't play with too often. So that is going to be Sin. Bring her back up for one final look. So yeah, that's Sin and her Rage Returned uniform here. So this was the kind of Halloween exclusive. I think this one costs tokens in it, so you actually had to pay for this one. So I was hoping it'd be a little bit better, but also if she gets level 80, then her damage should go up quite a bit, because usually when you go from 70 to 80 with characters, it seems to just about like double their damage. And that would be a nice little bump for her. But yep, that is going to be my impressions of Sin here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts below if you have this uniform, if you've tried her out, where you use her, and yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed, and of course I will catch you in the next one.